built the pyramids? A mystery that lingers. There's a question that has persisted for millennia, a riddle that even today humanity cannot fully answer. Who truly built the Great Pyramid of Giza? Imagine this: a colossal structure standing proudly in the desert, nearly 150 meters tall, weighing millions of tons, with over 2 million stone blocks perfectly interlocked in a way that defies belief. And all these extraordinary feats were supposedly accomplished at a time when conventional history tells us humanity had no wheels, no steel, no compass, not even pulleys. Could the history we've been taught really be the whole truth? Or is it just fragmented pieces, missing the most crucial core, concealing a far grander secret? Part 1. The Orthodox Narrative. What we are taught. According to mainstream history, the Great Pyramid of Giza was built around 2560 BC, during the reign of Pharaoh Khufu. It's seen as the pinnacle of ancient Egyptian civilization, a magnificent symbol of the power and ingenuity of the people of that era. This construction is believed to have involved over 2.3 million stone blocks, each weighing between 2 and 70 tons, equivalent to the weight of a modern battle tank. These blocks were meticulously stacked, without any cement or adhesive, relying solely on the perfect fit of their surfaces. Construction techniques are hypothesized to have used inclined ramps, levers, wooden rollers, and the strenuous labor of tens of thousands of workers over several decades. This theory sounds plausible and is widely accepted, but the deeper one delves into the details, the more unanswered questions emerge, challenging everything we thought we knew. Part 2. The questions science avoids. If this was merely manual labor from the Stone Age, then how do we explain these profound mysteries? How did they transport multi-ton stone blocks from quarries hundreds of kilometers away? Some colossal granite blocks within the pyramid have been identified as originating from Aswan, a location over 800 kilometers from Giza. Imagine moving a 70-ton slab over such a vast distance without any mechanized vehicles. How did they lift blocks many times heavier than modern trucks to a height of nearly 150 meters without machinery? To this day, no inclined ramp model or pulley system has been proven truly feasible when considering the sheer scale and daunting height of this structure. In fact, building a ramp large enough to reach the top of the Great Pyramid would itself require an immense amount of material and effort, almost as much as the pyramid itself. Why were the stone blocks cut and assembled with almost absolute precision? The gaps between the stone slabs are so tight that you can't even insert a razor blade or even a piece of paper. Who cut them? How? What technology allowed them to achieve such extraordinary precision when metal tools of that era were considered very rudimentary? And why? Are the sides of the pyramid perfectly aligned with the 4 cardinal directions, north, south, east, west? All with an incredibly tiny error, less than 1/15th of a degree of arc. This, at a time when, according to mainstream history, the Egyptians had no compass and possessed no advanced geometry or precise astronomy? If this was merely Stone Age manual labor, then why even today can't we recreate an equivalent replica using similar primitive methods? Part 3. Were they not alone? Faced with these perplexing questions, many researchers have begun to entertain a bold possibility, one that goes far beyond what conventional history dares to admit. Could it be that the Egyptians didn't actually build the pyramids, but were merely their inheritors? Some theories suggest they received help from an ancient, highly advanced civilization that vanished, like Atlantis or Lemuria. Brilliant empires with technology far beyond their time, later lost to oblivion due to some catastrophe. Or even from extraterrestrial intelligence, beings from the stars. In ancient legends of both East and West, there are mentions of gods from the sky who brought knowledge and technology to humanity. What's astonishing is that these similar stories aren't limited to Egypt. The Mayans once said, "We did not build these pyramids, we simply found them." The Dogon people of West Africa claimed, "Our ancestors were taught astronomy by people from Sirius thousands of years ago, including details about planets that could only be observed with modern telescopes." Civilizations that never had contact with each other, separated by thousands of kilometers and thousands of years of history. Yet they tell the same story of knowledge passed down from those who came from the sky, or from pre-existing civilizations. Is this mere coincidence? Or are they fragments of a collective memory about a forgotten shared past? Part 4. Or, were we once those people? Another theory, even bolder and more profound, suggests, could it be that we ourselves, current humanity, were once a super-advanced civilization in a distant historical cycle? And then, some cosmic catastrophe, a devastating global reset, wiped out almost all traces of that civilization, sending us back to the Stone Age, starting from scratch. The pyramids, in this theory, are not merely architectural structures. They are ancient energy stations, durable landmarks remaining from the distant past, strategically placed on Earth, like colossal time capsules, waiting for the day we remember who we are, remember our true origins and potential. Perhaps the ancients didn't build the pyramids to live, but to awaken us. Part 5. So, who really built it? The question remains, suspended between the desert sands and the starry sky. Perhaps it was the ancient Egyptians, with an intellect and ingenuity far beyond what we imagine. Perhaps it was a vanished civilization, leaving behind its enigmatic mark. Perhaps it was beings from distant stars. Or perhaps it was us, in a cycle of consciousness that we have forgotten, a grander version of current humanity. But one thing is certain. We do not know the whole truth. And the Great Pyramid, standing starkly in the vast desert, is still whispering something to humanity, something very important, something that only when we truly listen with an open heart and mind can we truly hear. But there's something even stranger, a mysterious piece that connects seemingly unrelated stories. The pyramid shape doesn't only appear in Egypt. It's found in Peru, Mexico, China, Indonesia, Bosnia, and even in places where it seems impossible. Why? Why did civilizations that had no contact with each other, separated by thousands of miles, all choose a pyramidal shape, all align with the stars, all carry similar symbols and spiritual meanings? Is this evidence of a shared knowledge, a grand message encoded across time and space? Perhaps we don't yet have all the evidence. Perhaps the answer still lies buried beneath the thick sands of forgotten history. But the pyramid still stands, like a question carved in stone, a symbol beyond time, challenging everything we think we know. Maybe it's time humanity stops asking, who built it? And instead starts asking, why don't we remember? And what have we forgotten about ourselves? If you feel that something doesn't add up in the official history, if you believe there is a truth waiting to be revealed, hit like, subscribe, and share this video. Because maybe you are the one meant to connect the final pieces. And who knows, when enough of us begin to ask the right questions, that great door of ancient knowledge might open once again.